their thing. As long as what they do behind doors, I don't care.
You know, common sense tells you you can't change a boy into a girl and a girl into a boy. And you know, their slogans about us being trans, fearful of trans people and stuff like that. I'm not scared of them.
I know that it's true that there are people who don't have just XXXY or XXXX. There's an immune response in the mother's body that attacks the Y chromosome because it recognizes it.
Here for Rebel News, reporting from Parliament Hill in Ottawa, where the second annual 1 Million March for Children is about to take place. It will happen in all major cities across Canada. You can watch my colleagues report who were deployed in different cities to show you what the Trudeau-subsidized media want. Last year, protests saw a massive turnout with tens of thousands of people from all walks of life uniting to voice their concerns about radical gender theory indoctrination within the school system. From the controversial SOGI 123 curriculum on the West Coast to the Culture and Quebec Citizenship Program here in the Quebec province, schools have introduced extreme curricula exposing children, some as young as 6, to various sexual ideologies. Today, participants are gathering to send a strong message to politicians and the world. Enough is enough, and children should be taught only basic subjects like math, physics, history, and so on.
We're here. We're queer. We're fabulous. We're here. We're here.
I mean, I've run into this group a lot, but recently I've had a bad run-in with a group like this. I was attacked by 4 people in black bloc, beaten over the head pretty badly, and robbed of my cell phone. This group with the flag wall, like you see, they made a flag wall, they threw the phone in, and it was never seen again. Police haven't done anything yet. The other concerning part about that is that there were union members there. Joel Harden, MPP Joel Harden was there. You know, there's all kinds of people that talk about worried about political violence. And I was the victim of political violence on these streets. And then you have this crowd over here, you know, it's same crowd, same people. It's hard to identify them because of the black bloc, but the same people are accusing me of being hateful, of being violent. I've never been violent. I'm not a hateful person. And they're the ones that beat and robbed me, so.
What do you think is their goal today?
I mean, it's the same as always. It's not to protect anybody. It's to cause chaos, to you know, to incite probably one of us to do something. They say, you know, stop hate, but everything I see over there is full of hate. If they were willing to talk to me, I would happily talk, but I don't think that's their goal.
Everybody should unite together. This is why we're supposed to be uniting together in order to fix the problem that we have here in Canada. And some people just make it worse than uniting together and trying to fix the issue. They have their thing. As long as what they do behind doors, I don't care.
You know, common sense tells you you can't change a boy into a girl and a girl into a boy. And you know, their slogans about us being trans, fearful of trans people and stuff like that. I'm not scared of them, but this is sick. And I don't care what somebody else's sexual preferences are. Keep it out of my face. You want to sleep with men want to sleep with men, go ahead. I don't need that information. You know, Pierre Trudeau, when he legalized homosexuality, he said that what adults did in their own bedroom was nobody else's business, so keep it in the bedroom. We don't need it out here on the streets.
So their main goal is that they want us to accept their way of life, their lifestyle, and that we say nothing, do nothing, believe nothing otherwise. They want us to just say it's okay what you're doing and accepting that. It actually has nothing to do with human rights. When they say they want human rights, there's nothing. I respect their lifestyle, but I don't respect that they are expecting us to just fall in line and allow them to attack our children like they are.
they're trying to like paint a picture of this side of the debate. That's just, we're talking about one issue here, and it's how we're medicalizing children, and it's appalling. I don't think they're trying to understand our point of view.
How you castrated or got a double mastectomy or had your uterus removed, they have a solution. They've made it easy to kill yourself. They've legalized euthanasia, and just recently they've made very close efforts to expand it for reasons of mental health and depression.
Well, it's about the kids. We got to protect children that are being harmed by LGBT ideology, the brainwashing of it in schools, which is only getting worse and worse with each passing school year. And it has disastrous consequences. It's not just about some stray idea that lands in their head and, well, we don't like that idea. No, it has real world effect consequences, such as a child coming to believe because of their programming at school that they are trapped in the wrong body. A little boy coming to believe that he's really got a girl's brain and he needs to undergo chemical castration and cross-sex hormones and eventually surgical amputation of body parts in order to fix his wrong body. And that's evil. That is absolutely evil. That is child abuse. So, you know, we're here. I'm here on behalf of Campaign Life Coalition to help continue this momentum. The parental rights movement is growing right across Canada. It is a major thing. It's a major political thing. It's a major social thing. We're seeing in New Brunswick the leadership by Conservative Premier Blaine Higgs on the parental rights file. He knows it's a winning issue. Premier Daniel Smith in Alberta knows it's a winning issue. Scott Moe in Saskatchewan knows it's a winning issue. And they're being encouraged by exactly this, by parents coming out to protect their own rights and to protect their children from indoctrination. So that creates an atmosphere, this growing parental rights movement creates an atmosphere and space for politicians who are courageous, who have some courage to say, yeah, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to stand up for parents. I'm going to stand up for protecting kids from harmful ideology.
So when I see how they're destroying the very fabric that holds our society together, the family unit, to me it's extremely important that we must stand up and stand against that, because it's the children that cannot defend themselves. We better be there for them when they needed us the most.
Okay, so it's important for me because I want to make sure that what people are seeing, like across the country on the internet, is actually what's happening here in the capital of Canada, in Ottawa. So over my life, I have seen that there have been efforts to sort of portray something that is more than they're saying or less than they're saying or completely different than what is real. So my point to be here is just to make sure that, like, I know how many people are here. I knew, like, you know, what kind of counter protest really happened. You know, we have some pictures in case we want to research, because sometimes, like, these people, there are actors down here in Ottawa. Some of them are paid, for example. And so that's why it's good to have pictures if you're a researcher trying to figure out what's really happening, right? Because you know, there's a lot of fear, so people try to like instill change or create change by creating fear in communities, right? In Canadian communities. And so then I don't know that there's really anything to fear, and so it's important that if there is, that it be properly documented, right? And the mainstream media doesn't do this.
First of all, I want to say we are not the hater. And I came here just like to say it's too early for the kids to know everything.
Well, I think a lot of children are getting mutilated. They're making decisions before their brains are fully formed to be able to make them. Before puberty blockers came into the scene, there were a ton of studies that showed that the majority of kids, 60 to 90% of children would desist after they went through puberty. And of that cohort, the majority of them, about like 85%-ish, would turn out to be gay or lesbian. And I feel like a ton of gay and lesbian kids right now are being put on a medical lifelong track. It's honestly, I can't think of another mental condition that is treated with a surgical solution. It makes no sense to me.
First of all, hatred that is expressed by word and deed is not always an indication of the absence of love. Secondly, criticism is not always an indication of negativity. And finally, holding a contrary position is not always indication of malice. let's not allow ourselves to be coerced into labeling something as hate speech solely based on someone holding a contrary position and voicing that opposition. If we just readily assume all dissenting speech is hate speech, then we cannot have a conversation about the viewpoints which we hold, and we cannot have a conversation. If we cannot have a conversation, no understanding can be reached, neither can any mutual peaceful conclusion be drawn.
Meanwhile, several Antifa-aligned counter-protests have been organized by various groups in response to the rally of concerned parents. We are on the ground talking to participants, and if you agree with their message, don't forget to sign our petition at stopclassroomgrooming.com.
We're queer. We're fabulous. Don't fuck with us. We're here. We're queer. We're fabulous. Don't fuck with us. We're here. We're here.
I gotta ask you guys, why is Rebel News harassing Palestinians? Yeah, you with the camera. Why is Rebel News harassing Palestinians? You know, why don't you guys leave Palestinians alone? I just fucking sick in your fucking heads.
Are you okay?
Fucking goof.
Are you okay, man?
No, you're not fucking okay.
I think he has a problem, this guy.
Can you leave him alone?
Fucking harassing Palestinians.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. What is wrong with you?
Do you agree there is a backlash against the community since activists have go for the children? Do you agree with that?
It's exaggerated and unjustified because an identity is not an ideology. An identity is not an ideology. We need to...
So someone can be neither a female and neither a male?
Yes, people can be neither.
So what they are?
Intersex people.
So what they are?
Intersex. Transgender.
No, intersex, it's as low as less than 0.something%.
It's actually 1.7%.
So everybody who calls themselves they, them, they are all intersex.
No, but it doesn't mean that their identity is any less valid.
So what they are then?
And we don't necessarily know
what they are then.
I don't know what people's identities are, and I don't have the right to question them because we don't even know necessarily.
Because it's untrue. There is nothing as someone who is not a male or a female.
Just because someone doesn't want to fit into a gender stereotype doesn't mean it's not true. People are very difficult to put into a box.
You find that it's okay to say to a children as young as 6 that there is some people that are not female or male, and that's okay.
I think it's okay that we tell people that they don't have to play with He-Man or Barbie. They can be whoever they want to be.
That's okay, but there is nothing as I'm not a female or a male. This is chromosome. You are female or you are male.
There's actually plenty of chromosomal... I know that it's true that there are people who don't have just XXXY or XXXX. There's an immune response in the mother's body that attacks the Y chromosome because it recognizes it as a foreign entity, not of the body. It triggers an immune response, just like an allergic reaction in a way. And that's one of the reasons why they think homosexuality has developed genetically, is because it happens epigenetically in the mother's womb, and it's an immune response against the genetics. And it's hard to explain because I don't know
who teach you that, but this person is a fraud. According to you, what is a woman?
A woman is an identity that we have socially constructed. There are biological women, of course, but there are also people...
But what is a woman? There is a definition. What is a woman?
A woman who is an identity that someone chooses to express, whether they have feminine energy or male energy. I just told you.
But what is the identity?
Whatever they want to be.
You know what is a cat?
Yes, I know what a cat is. Thank you.
Tell me the definition. Catholic modesty. Tell me the definition of authority.
If you agree today with the concerned parents, go and sign our petition at stopclassroomgrooming.com to stop the indoctrination that is happening in the school system. Please go over, share it, sign it, and also don't forget forget to get your shirt about the definition of what is a woman. It is a natural female human being. There is no such as non-binary. So go and take your shirt right now at ribbonnewsstore.com, and thank you for your support.